What is one thing all parents say to their kids? Go ahead, I'm waiting. Go to school, study hard, and get good grades. About a week ago, my dad and I were talking about something completely different. He told me that the best way to analyze anything is to ask the question, why? My dad went to school and learned, my dad's dad went to school and learned, and now I'm going to school and learning. In the past 100 years, the way of learning hasn't changed. But why? Last evening, when I came back from school, I started researching on this. You won't believe what I found. I'm going to summarize everything I learned. Let's jump right in. Do you know how the school system that we are in actually started? Well, 250 years ago, when Germany was called Prussia, the military rulers wanted to have a non-stop supply of obedient people to come and work for them. So they created a free education system where it was required by law for young boys and girls aged up to 6 to 16 to be educated in a classroom setting. The primary focus was to prepare kids to take orders, study what was taught, learn at the speed that was specified, and make sure everyone was taught the same thing in the same way. At the end of their schooling, they will receive a certificate which will make them fit for jobs. Teachers were replaced by army officers who now got people to take orders and perform a task while being obedient. In the 1900s, the army system gave way to industries. There were large factories that were formed in modern Germany and in the rest of Europe, where bosses required the same kind of people, those who would sit in specified places, take orders, and do what was told repeatedly all day, and earn a sum of money for that work. Eventually, the Prussian education system made its way to America. The system of mandatory education for young kids was adopted by 31 states in 1900. With the teacher-led school system funded by the government, all the kids would learn in an organized manner, matching most of the principles outlined above. It was not until the 2000s that the purpose of this education was questioned. Now that we have the internet, iPhone, and social media, the concept of still using a 250-year-old system was starting to seem, well, a little odd. Okay, now we are done with history. Let's move on to the present and the future. The education system we have today does the following. Still has the one teacher for several students in a classroom concept. The idea is to learn from school, go home and prepare to remember it, and then come back to school to get tested on it. No matter how smart you are, everyone learns at the same pace. The curriculum is fixed for everyone. For example, I am super interested in business and finance, but those are not taught in schools. Students are divided by age and not by the ability or areas of interest. The question now comes, is this the education system that is going to prepare us for what the next 30 years are going to bring? We are in a time where our attention span is 140 characters or less, or we are looking for the skip ad buttons within 5 seconds. How would we be able to concentrate on what someone is saying for 6 hours in a classroom? The new education system that is now starting to be popular is what is called the peer-to-peer learning system. Think of this. As I said earlier, today we go to school, learn a fixed curriculum, come back home, repeat and remember those we were taught, then go back to school and get tested and advance to the next level. Instead, what if we choose what we want to learn? In my case, let's say I want to learn basic math, physics, chemistry, and then move on to business, finance, and investing as my primary subjects. Choose my teachers from the vast number available around the world. Choose my medium of education, mostly online. There is more information available online than all libraries in the world put together. And mostly, they are all free. Then every week, all those who are studying this way will go to a place, something like a classroom, and we will share our knowledge with each other. Basically learning from peers, learning at our own pace, those subjects that we are super interested in. This is called peer-to-peer microlearning. Some are saying that this is the education system of the future. I agree. If someone wants to become a doctor or a lawyer, this may not be the best way, and they will still require a specialist to educate them. But for the majority of others like me, would this peer-to-peer model be the right system? My dad and I spoke for a while about this yesterday. We are in a very important time right now. Technology is growing fast, and there are more things available to us that we can use. Should we take advantage of this and move to a newer education system? Let me know what you guys think. I would love to learn from your thoughts. There is no right or wrong answer here. Please comment below. I will read them all. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, a solid plan to make, save, and invest money will help any millionaire dream come true.